Now, bringing you the very best in New Hampshire-based local music on IPMNation.com and 100.1 The Planet, this is Local Outbreak.
Happy New Year, everybody. And joining us in studio, let's see, we've got Jesse Rutstein and Caleb Dyer here from, of course, Hatchet, Axe, and Saw Records. Hey, guys.
Hello, hello. Hello.
I learned how to say the name of your label without tripping over it. See, I did my homework this time.
It's just too many syllables.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys. It's good to see you, although, unfortunately, under some troubling circumstances because of what happened recently in Nashua. We should probably talk about that. Should we talk about that first? And I know there's another part to it we might circle back to at the end. But I'm sure people are tuning in wanting to know more about what happened and the aftermath and how you're moving forward through that. And
it's been a crazy end to 2025 for us.
Yeah.
Harrowing. Without a doubt.
Last time we were here, we were talking about getting rolling with HANS, and we're still rolling.
It's
some minor setback.
Train slowed down a little bit. It's we're making the best of it. We're doing what we can.
So for those who don't know, what happened exactly? I mean, obviously there was a fire.
So it's two streets. Ash Street, there was a apartment complex that caught fire. And there's rumors. I don't want to get into like rumors of how it all happened, but what ended up happening was that fire, which absolutely destroyed this apartment building, spread over to the warehouse where Tree Streets Inc. was located. Tree Streets Inc. is the studio that Hatchet, Axe, and Saw works out of.
Okay.
And it's where we, keep all of our equipment. It's where we do all the recording. My record was supposed to last time we were here, we were talking about my record dropping on December 17th, and obviously that didn't happen. So the fire spread over to the warehouse, and it was, engulfed in flames. It was a big story, and it was just it's just pretty crazy. I was literally down in the studio until about 2 a.m. the day of or the night before the fire.
Yeah.
Working on the title track of the record, and I literally rapped on it. I couldn't wait to call Caleb and say, "Hey, it's done. Ready for you to step in, ready to master."
Yeah.
And I went home around 2 a.m. I had been working all day, and I got the call a couple hours later from somebody else that used to work in the studio. And it was 6:30 in the morning, and this is a true story. 6:30 in the morning, and I answer the phone, and I said to this kid, something better be on fire if you're calling me this early.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I really wish you didn't say that." And then we get to the scene. I got to the scene.
You called me.
I called Caleb, and when I got there, I just watched everything. Everything was on fire. It's a weird expression that we use all the time. Everything's on fire.
Right.
But everything was on fire. I had worked so hard. We had all worked so hard at this record, Superhero Toys, that was supposed to drop on December 17th.
Yeah.
And everything was on fire. And I call Caleb. I'm like, I don't get down here. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
First thing we did was round up the people that we knew might have been in the building. Mm-hmm. Nobody got severely hurt, which is the main focus on everything that we've done since these few minutes that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Connor Coburn from No More Blue Tomorrows, Tom Philbrook, Ivan. Too many to name, but we just made sure everybody was okay first. All right, everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Now we can start being sad.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I think the worst was like smoke inhalation of someone on 108 or 110 Ash. I think that was
really.
We're just very fortunate that just
nobody got hurt.
Yeah, everyone was just
Yeah, okay. that is lucky considering the magnitude of the fire that no one was
unbelievable.
Property can be replaced, life can't.
Right.
Exactly right.
Wow. So now, so does that mean like is everything you worked on for the album is that all gone?
So this story is like crazy because the last time we were here, we were talking about how the album came to be.
Yeah.
I had a turbulent year, and then Caleb and I decided that we were going to make the record. I turned everything around. I kept things positive, and I'm still keeping things positive.
Yeah.
But we were on the bottom floor, so everything that the only damage that we received was water damage because they stopped the fire at the top. So some of the other studios that were in the building, they lost everything.
Okay.
The people who were in the apartment building, they lost everything.
Yeah.
I lost or thought I lost my music.
Oh.
So I completely was like, don't worry about me.
Yeah.
You know, we've done 3 benefit shows for the folks who have been displaced. We've raised over $7,000 so far between a solo show with me, a show at Peddlers with Connor, and then down at Bad Burger, they hooked us up and we did a great show. And we've raised so much money so I'm not accepting any donations or doing any GoFundMe's. I was really sad about my music because when we finally were able to get down there, the computer that everything was on was under 3 feet of water. And some of it's backed up, some of it's not. But even the stuff that's backed up, like there's no way we're going to be able to release a record with, you know.
Yeah.
So, and we didn't even know it was on the hard drive. It's literally been a week since our executive producer, Dave Patterson, texted me and told me that the hard drive's all set. Everything is still there. We can still release the record. And like that's when I told people, like, you want to see me cry. That's when you're going to see me cry. I got my stuff back.
Yeah.
You know, I got my stuff back. We're not releasing the record. What we're going to do is re-release the EP that we released in July. But we're going to do it with the same kind of same approach that we were going to take at the record. We're going to do CDs, shirts, stickers, maybe posters, and just get out and start playing. But instead of it being 10 songs, it's going to be 5. And then once we figure out a location to set up shop to start mixing the record, that's when we're going to go forward and start working on that.
Okay.
You know, Eleanor and Andre down at Terminus, they're volunteering some space.
Yep.
They've been instrumental, especially Eleanor. Like, what a person! Like, just instrumental in organizing the community to come together, and that is the biggest piece of all of this. Is that our music community came together for this, like immediately.
Yeah,
and I couldn't be more proud to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different genres of music in this area, and that's what Hatchet Axe and Saw really wanted to focus on, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to put everybody out there, and they came to our aid like immediately. So I'm very proud to say that I'm a part of this Southern New Hampshire music community because we're awesome.
Yeah.
That's
people showed out, man.
Yeah,
no question.
Absolutely. Now, what about music? Were you in the midst of working on anything else for any of the other artists associated with the label, or?
We had been working on one. It was falling through for some reasons, but but there was also more that was going to be coming with Santino.
Yeah,
that had just kind of started. That hadn't fallen through. We just Crankenwagon had literally weeks before the fire. We had just started, and we had gotten tracks, drum tracks on our self-titled tune. We had started one of the other ones too, and yeah, man, there were some projects that were nascent, but still had started. In fact, you can go and you can check out the Facebook reels that I think Paul published of him doing the ambulance sound with the guitar.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just some fun stuff we were doing with that tune.
Yeah,
but we had stuff that was in the works that I think really would have knocked your socks off. It still will. I mean, it's just we gotta. We got to make the time, and right now getting the real estate's the big block. Dave and I are we're looking, we're scouting options, but it's kind of hard to replace what we had there because the one thing, man. We had two things. We had the electricity included in the cost of the rent.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, which I mean, for a musician, holy crap!
The space was
it's just
it was
magical.
too good to be true.
And then on top of that, as if that wasn't good enough, we also had it 24 loud down there.
Yeah,
which is just, I mean, what more can you ask for?
Yeah,
if you can work all hours of the day and night and have power included in your rent bill.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd get out of work at 9, shoot down there, and just be there all night working on music, whether I'm working on one of the projects or my own stuff.
Yeah.
It was too good to be true.
Yeah.
That space.
Yeah, man.
But you know what? We learned a lot down there in the last 5 years that I've been working with Caleb and Dave. I've learned so much about myself as a musician.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned how it all goes together, and it's not easy. Like, I mean, and I still need Dave and Caleb to come down and do the mixes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How do you put a song together? How do you put a show together?
I grew so much as a musician because of 115 Vine. I've been a musician since I was 7. I'm 45 years old, and in the last 5 years, I can now be really proud of who I am as a musician, and a lot of it has to do with Caleb, Dave, and 115 Vine.
Yeah, no doubt.
A brief detour, because I truly don't think we're just Jesse, myself, Dave, even just dead, other bands in the basement, Dead Time, good friends and folks and incredible musicians. We're just one small recent piece of the history of that building in the music community. I don't think people truly understand. It goes back decades.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that building in the early 2000s, it was the home for a bunch of bands. I mean, one band I remember when I was in middle school and going into high school, there was a band, Voyagers. My buddy Eddie and Rusty, the guitar players, and then trying to remember. But Eddie, I'm pretty sure used to live in that building.
Yeah,
and now he's married. He's got a kid, and he's doing great. He's kind of gotten out of music, but that whole building for decades was a generator of original music, of people doing it honestly, for real.
Yeah.
And it's truly, it's hard to explain to people that we were just the latest custodian.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's it. We were just the most recent.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember some years ago, some guys, I think they're from the New York area, but they had a studio all the way up here in Nashua in that building. Perspective, a lovely hand to hold. They were a fantastic band, and they had an incredible studio that was on the second floor, and they had moved out some years ago. But just to explain to people that there were so many, even people who weren't affected by the fire, but just so much music came out of that building.
Over the last the last 5 years, when I say, "Oh yeah, I'm at 115 Vine," I could be talking to some band that I was playing with in Concord. They're like, "Oh yeah, right, the warehouse."
No kidding.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Everybody it gained a notoriety of just
special place.
Yeah, musicians come out of there, and if you had the gumption, if you really were putting in time and really doing it, you could do it.
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty on the outside, but when you walk through those doors, it was just any given day. I'd be going down to work on one of my love songs, and I'd hear a hardcore band rehearsing upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's just something about that.
Yeah.
And then you'd run out to the guys, everybody's going to their car and stuff. Hey, oh, you guys sound good. And then this hardcore band will be like, oh, I heard you mixing downstairs. This sounds good. And just the amount of respect we all had for each other. It was really like a community within a community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Just, and hopefully that community will, it's clearly remaining strong. I mean, the Bad Burger benefit was it was incredibly well attended. and just it's very heartwarming to see it.
That was
really is.
That was a fun show too, because I didn't even know Ash. She does the booking down there, and I saw that she was putting on a show. This is within like 2 days of the fire.
Yeah.
And so I shot her a message, shoot your shot. I'm like, hey, my name is Jesse Rutstein. I'm a member of the the community that was affected. I'd like to get on the bill, just knowing that it was a benefit show. And she's like, yeah, sure. She threw my logo on the poster. And funny thing, like apparently my logo looks like everybody else's logo that was on the poster, but they were all hardcore metal bands, and there's me singing my love songs.
Yeah, some serious headbanging
awesome.
Interspliced with.
It was awesome. Everybody,
that's cool though.
We had a really cool show, but I, with everything that was going on, I didn't really have a chance to check out all the other bands that were on the bill.
Yeah,
and then when I did, I'm like, oh no. I booked myself on a hardcore show.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all right.
Yeah. No one.
The other
minded.
bands were great. The whole show was very, like Caleb said, was very well attended.
Yes,
It was
very well
fantastic.
attended. People really did show out.
Good, excellent.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, we've got Jesse Rutstein and Caleb Dyer, from Hatchet Axe and Saw Records. See, now I can say the name Hatchet Axe and Saw Records, but I can't say your last name apparently. But we were talking about the fire at 115 Vine. That was the address.
Yes,
Yeah.
115.
And also 108 and 110 Ash. I think that at least in the music community, we focus on 115 Vine, but there were like 30 people displaced from there.
Oh my God! Wow. Yeah, that's
the scale of it was just
Oh, that's awful. Remarkable though that in all that no one was seriously hurt or killed. I mean that's incredible.
Yeah,
with that many people, early. Well, what time was this? Like
6:30 was when I got the phone call.
Yeah.
I got there at about 8.
Yeah. I called Caleb around 7. When I got down there, it was like, where's Ivan? Where's Connor? Where's Tom?
Yeah. People who
where
knew.
is everybody? Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
And then, so then I called Caleb, and of course, it was the first really big snowstorm of the season. So then it starts snowing.
Oh,
I'm sitting there like watching the fire department. This is a 5-alarm fire, so hats off to I'm gonna remember them all this time. Lowell, Nashua, Hollis,
Tingsboro, right?
Tingsboro, and Hudson.
Yeah.
So those are all the fire departments. I think that's right. If I missed a fire department, sorry guys.
I think Merrimack also showed up. I think there's 6.
Was it 6?
Something like that. I don't know.
But
There's a bunch
hats
of
off to the
departments
first.
came
Hats off to the first responders for sure. But I'm watching it, and I'm like, and my mind is always going. I'm an overthinker, and I'm like, oh, maybe the snow will help. Frozen water falling from the sky, and then all of a sudden there's all these flames everywhere. And, and these guys there's some great photos. They're not great photos, but some really captivating photos of like this guy on one ladder and this guy on another ladder. Like those guys. There were 3 injuries, minor injuries. 2 people from the apartment building, and the only other injury was to a member of one of the fire departments.
Okay.
And everybody, but like everybody's okay. Nobody got seriously injured, but those were the only reported injuries throughout the whole thing. So
okay.
I would be, I gotta say thanks to the fire departments.
Yeah.
Strictly the fire departments that showed up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But as soon as I remember it distinctly, as soon as the scene was kind of cleared, I went home. As soon as I got to the scene and I saw the fire burning, I was just kind of like, I don't need to be here. I don't need to watch my life burn away. I just went home and I was like, all right, well, time to make some plans. Like, what are we going to do about it?
I couldn't take my eyes off it.
And
really?
And then,
you gave me a call at what time? I don't know when exactly it was, but it was sometime in the afternoon. And you're like, hey, they're going to be letting people into the building. And you ended up being one of the first people in the building. Tell a little bit about that, and then I'll explain when I got there and what I did to. So
you want me to tell a story?
Well, I mean, tell like
So
when
there's
you
another-
got down in there, like you saw it in the original state. You saw it before even I got there.
I was the first one in the building. So we're sitting there, everything's burning, and the news crews show up, and our good friend Connor Coburn, really close friend of mine, he lead singer for No More Blue Tomorrows. He's the one who put on the benefit that's raised the most money for the victims so far.
Yeah.
But he sees the news crews show up, and he looks over at me. He goes, "Jesse, there's some cameras over there." I'm like, "All right, I'll see you guys later." And I went and I did some interviews and on local and national news about the fire, which was on the street right next to the building.
Yeah.
And so that happened. Caleb's like, "I'm out of here." Everybody kind of dispersed. One of the great coincidences about the location of this place is that my ex-wife lives right down the road. So even throughout all these years, I'll be at the studio, then I, see my kids.
Yeah.
My kids would just come down and jam.
Oh, wow.
My sons are they play and they would I would be able to just run over there, have dinner, and go back and work on stuff.
Yeah.
Nice little coincidence. So
Yeah.
I set up shop at my ex-wife's house. I called her. She knew what was going on. She could see it from her window.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like going to be the point person to be able to walk down there and see what was going on throughout the day.
Yeah.
So at around 11 a.m., after everybody had left, we had some food. I don't even know if it was lunch. It was one of those days where it wasn't lunch. It wasn't breakfast. It was just, we have food. And I walked down there again with my son, and we went to go check it out, and I saw the fire chief, and he brought me in the building with him. This is after the fire was out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just want to know what's going on downstairs.
Yeah.
And he walked down half the stairs, and he goes, there's like 3-4 feet of water down there.
Jesus.
That's how much water it took to put out this fire. But we're in the basement of a warehouse, so there was nowhere for the water to go.
Right.
So that I call Caleb, I let him know that, and I go back to the point. And about a couple hours later, I walked down the street again. This time there was police tape up, like they had put like tape up, and this is the same street I had been walking down all day. There's actually a video of me and my son coming back from that visit, where the mayor of Nashua was taking a video saying how tragic it is on this street. But now there's tape there. I didn't really think anything of it, and I walked around, and Officer Jonathan Earnhardt decided to start yelling at me. Rightfully so. I crossed the tape.
Sure.
Okay, I did a bad thing. He said, but it was immediate. I'm going to arrest you.
You probably weren't even thinking about it, right? It's not like you consciously did that. Yeah,
100%. I just walked the route that I've been walking for 5 years.
Yeah.
And he's threatening to arrest me, and I'm like, dude, seriously, like I am just like one of the victims here. I'm just checking in. I was literally in the building with the fire chief a little while ago, and he's yelling at me and doing his little cop thing, and I'm not nice. I'm not nice when people. I've always had a problem with authority since.
Sure.
But at this point in the game, like I wasn't doing anything. I literally did a news. I was on TV.
Yeah.
On the place I was standing, so I didn't think it was a big deal.
And you were dealing with a lot emotionally in that moment.
100%.
Right? I mean, this is a
100%.
traumatic thing.
I am losing my mind, not knowing what is going on.
Yeah.
So I walked back to my ex-wife's house, and I told her what happened, and I told her I'm hanging with my son. We're playing Minecraft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just trying to forget about what's going on.
Yeah.
Finally, 4:00 rolls around, and I'm like, you know what? I like what Caleb did early in the morning. Like, I'm calling it a day.
Yeah.
We'll figure all this out. Nobody needs me here.
Yeah.
So and I didn't drive. I had to get an Uber to get home. So I ordered my Uber, but because of the police vehicles on the street, the Uber couldn't get in.
Yeah.
So I walk down Ash. I walked 3 blocks. I walked down Ash, around back to Vine, to to not cross the line.
Yep.
Because I complied when he told me not to cross the line.
Yeah.
And I get to the building, and he's on the other side of the building.
Yeah.
Because he was literally parked on the other side of the building. There's a couple cop cars there, and another officer was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm just trying to catch my Uber. He's over there. Can I go?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then I noticed people going in and out of the building. The cops had started letting some of the musicians in. I started seeing my friends going in and out of the building.
Yeah.
So I turned to the officer. respectfully. I'm like, you're letting people in there? This is my building. Now, keep in mind, I've been calling this my building for 5 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong to me, but, it's like saying my house.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Belongs to Hinch Crowley Realty.
right.
So the officer's like, yeah, you're one of the musicians. Yeah, I can go in. So I cancel my Uber, and I go in, and we start ripping guitars out of there. Like, I'm on the stairs. These other guys are all wading through the water. They're giving me the computer. Devin was like, what do you need? I'm like, the computer.
Yeah.
Get me the Strat. Get me this case, brown case. And we're just pulling instruments up for about a half an hour in the pitch black. I'm soaked. Everybody's,
Yeah.
And I cancel the Uber, and my dad called me, and he's like, hey, do you want some help? I'm like, yeah, because he was out and whatever.
Yeah.
So he drove down, parked behind the officers, and I was just going to start loading up some guitars into his car.
Yeah.
And the first guitar that I grabbed was the Stratocaster, and it belongs to Caleb.
Wow.
Well, it belongs to the studio. It doesn't belong to me.
Yeah.
I was the one who bought it.
But I didn't grab my guitar first. This Strat is on every track. It's a very important, sentimental piece, but it's also one of the best guitars in the studio. So I grabbed that one first, mainly because like carrying two was like carrying 100 pounds.
Yeah.
They're
full of water.
logged,
Yeah, no doubt.
And then I'm carrying it toward I see my dad, see the cop cars, and then all of a sudden I hear, "Where's your Uber?" And it's the officer from earlier in the day, Jonathan Earnhardt. He starts yelling at me. He's like, "Where's your Uber?" I'm like, "Dude, I canceled my Uber. You're letting people in the building." At this point, I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. And I can feel my blood getting hotter.
Yeah.
And he goes, "You lied to him, and you said you own this building, and you lied, and you said you were getting." And I'm like, "Dude, please."
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was crazy. And he literally looked at me. He's like, "Listen, I've had a really long day."
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So this is
wow.
where
Haven't we all, buddy?
Yeah. So
Oh
this
my
is
God.
where this is where my blood went from boiling to just like overflowing the pot.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You've had a long day." And I started running my mouth. And I shouldn't have run my mouth. And when I run my mouth, it runs.
Yeah.
And then so he's like, "You're on body cam right now. I'll arrest you right now." He had no reason to arrest me. I wasn't being threatening. So what I did was I leaned the Stratocaster case on my leg, and I put my hands up, and I was like, "Go ahead and arrest me. If you're going to arrest me, go ahead and just do it." Like, but he had no reason to.
Right,
right. So he couldn't.
Yeah.
And he grabbed the guitar and he threw it toward my father's car.
Oh
he
my
didn't throw
God.
it far.
Wow.
And I will say, in defense of this officer, Mr. Officer Earnhardt, I will say in his defense, he didn't know what he was throwing.
No,
He
couldn't
thought
have known.
he shows up to cops have a hard job. They show up to
Sure.
like scenes all the time. Like this guy's getting thrown out of his house, grab his suitcase and get out of here. So in his defense, he didn't know what he was throwing, but he threw
Doesn't make it okay though.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's the point of this story. So he throws the guitar, and that's when I lost my mind. Hands still in the air, and I'm like all the things that you could say to a cop that you're not supposed to say. I'm saying, I'm non-threatening. Like I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Right. Yeah.
And so finally, thank God it was my dad who was there, because I would have ended up in cuffs if he wasn't there.
Yeah.
He was like, he grabbed the guitar, he put it in the car, he got me in the car, and he's like, "Let's just go."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I have other stuff to get," and the cop's like, "You're not going back in that building. It's crime scene." I'm like, "You're letting other people in."
They're literally Connor.
Meanwhile,
Connor. I
everybody,
whoever else.
he
was-
hadn't shown up yet.
No.
So-
I showed up maybe about an hour after this all happened.
I called him. I went home. Like I'm like screaming. Caleb's like, "Jesus, Jesse."
Yeah, I know. I'm just like now I have to go and get all of the rest of the stuff, or as much as I could carry out.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like I believe that Officer Earnhardt caused the scene, but I didn't.
Right.
But I was very much a part of the scene.
Yeah.
So I get home, I open the case, I notice at the back of the neck, the guitar is damaged.
Yeah.
And it's still being looked at. It could have been water damage, but
It's very likely a combination of both. So I took it, and this is a shameless plug. This is a shameless plug, and then I'll talk about the salvage operation.
Let me. But before you do that,
sure.
I noticed the guitar was damaged, so I did the right thing and I filed a police report
Yeah.
against this officer for damaging our property.
Yeah.
And I get a phone call 2 days later from what I just think is a supervisor. I didn't know that I was talking to the captain of the Nashville Police Department.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he told us to come. He asked me to come down, and so I immediately called Caleb, grabbed the evidence, let's go, because Caleb's first, like, this was an impact. It could. He'll tell you all about how the wood is on the guitar and all that.
Yeah.
But we get to the police department, and I said, I hope you don't mind. I brought my partner with me, and he goes, well, I would have liked a heads up. And then we sit down in the chair. What this guy thought was going to be, like, he thought he was going to reprimand me for yelling and being a bad boy. But and he was like, he was going to throw a couple bucks, because they do have funds in police departments. Like, if they have to kick in a door during a fire or during a scene, that the state or the city or the state will take care of, like, the door hinges for the landlord and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So he thought it was just going to be like a little, okay, you shouldn't have been mean, and we're going to, like, pay for something.
Yeah.
That's not what happened, though. I was like, no. Your officer threw my guitar. He goes, well, I saw you on the body cam footage, and you weren't being nice. And I was like, I know I wasn't being nice, but my hands were in the air. I was not threatening. But did you happen to catch on the body cam footage your officer throwing the guitar? He said, no, I didn't see that. I haven't talked to the officer yet. He just kept stumbling over himself.
Yeah.
Because he thought he was just going to slap some stupid long-haired musician on the wrist.
Of course.
But instead he got me. So I started unloading on him, not knowing I just thought he was like some supervisor.
That was not smart.
I know.
I think you've assumed too much of Officer Welsh.
Yeah. Well,
But
in any event, Captain Welsh continuously told me to not say that his officer was lying, but if his officer said that he didn't throw the guitar, he's lying.
Right.
Lying is very simple. If you know something is the truth and you say the opposite, then that's a lie. So I kind of got into it with Welsh, and they're now his head dropped. He's like, this is not how I thought the conversation was going to go. Now I have to do an investigation, and he's given the whole Officer Earnhardt, he's a good guy. And
of course.
I'm like, look, man, he's a good guy, and he made a mistake. This whole time I've recognized that it was an accident.
Sure.
But if I hit your car tomorrow with my car, and it's my fault, I have to pay for that accident.
Right.
There's a reason they call it an accident.
Right.
We just want the guitar replaced. That's it. I hope they do the right thing.
Repair, replace.
Replace.
Yeah. I don't really care which it is, but
yeah.
But then I brought Caleb with me, and he talked to the. This is where Caleb can fill you in.
So we had the meeting with Officer Welch. I'm of the opinion it probably could have gone better, but
Sorry,
it's all good, man. And I explained to him, I was like, I checked out the guitar, and I was like, some of this, the glue was loosened up by the water, but some of it to me kind of looks like impact of that case.
Yeah.
And I mean, the case showed a little bit of scuffing on the top where the headstock would have been in the case, and that's probably the crappiest part of the thing to land on. But it's a Strat, it's a bolt neck guitar, and it's got a skunk stripe, so it's got the piece of wood on the back of the neck that contains the truss rod in there.
Okay. And
that piece had delaminated and kind of twisted a little bit. And usually I've seen some other flood damaged Strats and Tellys that have the skunk stripe. And usually what happens is the glue gets loosened up a little bit, and it usually uniformly delaminates on one side or the other of the skunk stripe, just because the pressure of the wood pushing against itself. It wants to uniformly delaminate. It had kind of twisted in there, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, man, that water loosened it up, but I don't think that that neck movement happened just by water doing it. Because I mean, I knew the guitar, the neck was pretty stable on the thing, and strangely, even with the impact, the neck stayed fairly stable. Like the guitar wasn't in tune, but it definitely fared. Like, I mean, the body of the guitar is totally fine. It's just the neck. Yeah, it's just the neck that got a little bit screwy. But
we just want the guitar repaired.
Yeah, just repaired, and I took it up. And this is a shameless plug to the music techs here in Manchester. They're great guys, do awesome work. I took it up to Doug McCormick and Seth.
Oh,
and I've
known Doug a long time.
Doug's fantastic. Yeah. Doug wasn't the one who looked at the Strat. Really, he's going to handle another restoration project. It's actually the second time he's taking on this guitar, because it's the second time it's been in total disrepair, unfortunately. But the Fender, Seth looked at the Fender and he was like, yeah, we can, at the very worst, we'll just pop a new neck on it.
Yeah.
And then that'll be fine. And I'm sure he'll find a neck that's like, within 90% similar to it. The one thing that will kind of suck about that is we won't have the serial number on it. It was a 2000 neck, and even if we replace the neck, it permanently devalues the instrument.
Sure,
it's no longer I mean, was it literally in 2025 that guitar became a vintage guitar. 2025,
it's crazy how that works.
It's really, really weird. I bought it a couple of years ago, just as a used Strat, just because the studio needed a Strat. We needed something that was serviceable and was going to last a long time.
Yeah.
It's on every track.
Yep. It's
really?
It's on every one of my tracks.
Yeah, a ton of tunes.
I can't think of one song that I didn't. I mean, the Strat is the most versatile guitar in the history of guitars, arguably.
I disagree with you.
I know. Of course you do.
But I mean, it's most certainly is one of the most iconic. I mean, if you've ever heard "Sweet Home Alabama," you've heard a Stratocaster.
Yep,
there's a picture of Jimi Hendrix right there with an upside down Strat.
There you go. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Some of the most iconic songs you've ever heard recorded on one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not even really a Strat guy. I just neither of us are. We just need one in the studio.
If you're just joining us, we have Jesse Rutstein and Caleb Dyer. I almost did it again.
Oh, whatever. Who cares?
I should just say Jesse and Caleb from Hatchet Records.
It works. But,
so I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
I
didn't mean to get so off on that part of the story, because that is such a minuscule piece of this puzzle.
Yeah.
We just hope Nashua PD does the right thing, because I'm doing a lot of shows right now.
Yeah.
And like the Bad Burger show that came out, like they just came out swinging. They weren't even really associated with us.
Yeah.
They came out swinging, and then Peddlers came out, and then San Francisco Kitchen in Nashua. So between those three shows alone, we've done over $7,000.
Yeah.
And you can donate through the Salvation Army, just so everybody knows. Eleanor from Terminus, New Hampshire Underground, set up a link where people can donate, and between our contributions and people that have been coming to the shows, and like, we've raised all this money, and we have a really big one coming up on
February
7th. And that's going to be at the Backstreet Bar and Grill. That's going to be like an all-day festival style event with some really great bands to be announced. We haven't gotten confirmation on every band.
Okay.
But we do know that obviously I'm going to be there. The Faith Ann Band is going to be there. No More Blue Tomorrows is going to be there. And if I know I'm missing people, and I'm sorry. Dead Harrison's, I'm wearing a Dead Harrison shirt.
Nice.
They're going to be down there too.
Yeah, I would love to get Dead Time on that bill.
Yep, we're working with them. And then on is it the 16th of this month or 17th? See, I had it all written down.
I think it's the 16th.
Lacey, who I am, is putting on a show at Fody's, and she's having me come down, and we're going to do a show at Fody's that weekend, also to benefit. So
excellent.
The thing is, like, I really want to focus on, because I'm not accepting any donations. Jesse Rutstein brand is not accepting any donations, no GoFundMe's. I didn't lose what other people lost.
Right.
Yeah, we are indirectly, we are taking donations. If you would like to donate to
Tree Streets is.
Yes, if you would like to donate to the effort that we're putting on, it's through a Zephy link.
Okay.
Not the GoFundMe's that are out there, and please do donate to those as well if you are able. Those are all to benefit individual musicians that were in the building or bands or what have you. But the only formal operation was us.
Yeah.
We were the only one that had like some formal governance structure in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to use that nonprofit status to receive donations, try to help people who donate to us, give you a tax receipt,
right.
Help you out come tax time.
100%.
But So if you want to donate, we got a Zephy link. We can point you to that. You can find it not only through Tree Street stuff, but you can also find it through New Hampshire Underground and Eleanor, because she was the one who set it up.
Yep.
But that any money given to that benefits Tree Streets Incorporated, which is David Patterson, myself, and we're if you want to see where all the money's going, we're publishing that. So
okay. Excellent. Good.
But
good.
It's just
we're doing some good,
Yeah.
and it stinks that we have to. That's like a double-edged sword.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting like I wanted to release my record and start gigging in 2026 to support it.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
And
a little bit of a delay. Will be to it.
But the amount of exposure that I'm getting from this fire is probably more than I would have got from the record. So I'm not trying to capitalize on a horrible thing. It feels good to do right by the folks.
Absolutely.
And I just wish I didn't have to do that because they
it's strange how the world works.
It really is, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we just, but we keep on keeping on.
Mm-hmm.
Just keeping it all positive and looking to the future. Hatchet Axe and Saw is not dead. We just got burned a little
On
bit.
a positive note, I have happy news to report about the equipment. So,
Okay.
as Jesse articulated earlier, we really didn't suffer any fire damage in the basement. It was pretty much all water.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of stuff that was submerged. However, one thing that is pretty good about some of these old electronics is that they're actually fairly resilient to water damage, especially if you just let it dry out for a whole long time. So, the computer was toast.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
However, the SSDs, we were able to rip them out of the computer and, process that information onto a new machine.
Excellent. Excellent.
So there's an immediate win. That's why we're going to be able to re-release or release anything that we will be able to do come this March. In addition to that, I've been going through testing amplifiers. I just last night played a gig with a V4B that we had down there, a very, very nice bass amp, costs quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
And a 2x15, a vintage acoustic 2x15 bass cab. And that bass rig absolutely slams, and that head was completely submerged.
No kidding.
Totally submerged.
Underwater.
Totally underwater. When I grabbed it out of the basement, there were at least 3 inches of water on top of where the handle was. So
my God. Yeah.
So it totally submerged. And that amp, when I turned it on yesterday, before I went to, or I should say 2 days ago, testing it for yesterday when I played the gig, it just fired up.
That's amazing.
It fired right up, and man, it thumped all the same.
That's incredible.
And I'm expecting that most of the amplifiers, given that I've given them about 4 weeks to dry out, most of the amplifiers I think are going to turn on.
Yeah.
I haven't tested them all. I've tested an amplifier that we literally bought in 3 days before the fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was a 1968 Lafayette. It was a nice old vintage amp. I bought it out in Swansea off of a guy who was an amp technician, and he knew what he had, but he was just like, "Yeah, I'm willing to let this go and go to a good home."
Yeah.
And I had put it down there. I had play tested it, and then the fire happens, and I'm thinking, I hope that thing survives.
Yeah.
The way that the amp is designed, it's like taller than it is wide.
Okay.
So the amp never actually saw water.
Oh,
the
interesting.
actual amplifier didn't. The speakers did. The lower speakers saw water, but the actual amp was totally untouched.
Okay.
And that was one of the first amps that I tested, and it just fired right up.
Nice.
So there's a lot of stuff like that. There's some stuff that's a little more questionable. Unfortunately, both of my keyboards were totally submerged, even in their road cases.
Yeah.
The BX3, which is a vintage 80s like Korg BX3, very right. Literally can't be replaced. They stopped making them.
No.
And if you can find one, it costs more than what we should be spending on.
More
like
than
that.
what we should be spending on that. And that thing got soaked, and it's still buried in rice right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go and vacuum that all out.
So in theory, there might be hope still?
So no
so
matter
far, that seems to be the theme.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
Like it's miraculous
Yes.
that all these things are surviving.
I followed all of the procedures and protocols for salvaging electronics, man. So
Yeah.
there's a high likelihood that it will turn on,
Okay.
even if it doesn't work 100%. Because this thing was built in like 1983 in Japan, there was actually some Japanese person that point to point wired this whole thing.
Yeah.
So, it's not built like a modern PCB board equipment. So it's definitely salvageable no matter what. It's a matter of how much money do you want to sink into actually repairing it.
Gotcha.
But those sorts of things are worth putting it into. And
100%.
Yeah.
the other major thing, which I got to shout out to my father, Mitch Dyer. He came down in a couple of days and he helped lug out the Hammond B3 that we had down there.
Okay.
And that if listeners out there know, Hammond B3 under normal circumstances generally takes about 4 people to move it safely.
Yeah.
And to have one that's waterlogged and all kinds of screwed up, yeah, it was rough. However, because my father is a mechanical genius, we basically were able to do it with 2 people.
No kidding.
Yeah, the way we rigged it up, we locked down the tone wheel and did all we had to do to get it ready to move.
Yeah.
But we rigged up a chain fall and we took in the building. There's some 4-inch cast iron pipe that's just like hanging for drain lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Just old cast iron pipe. It's stuff that guys wouldn't use today, but it was perfect for us because we could rig up all kinds of like toe strapping and a chain fall up there. And we could support the weight of this organ just on
my God.
that 4-inch cast iron pipe with the hangers.
No
man.
kidding.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So it only took 2 of us to actually move it up and out.
Do you have video of that? Did you take video?
So we didn't take video, but we got pictures of the rig.
Yeah.
And it kind of surprised people because we did put out a call to help that morning. I put out a Facebook post like, hey, if anyone has extra time to make this safe.
Yeah.
It really, even just a pair of eyes or what have you.
Yeah.
But no, we got it done. Just the 2 of us.
That's amazing.
And man, we absolutely did make it out of there with that B3 within a couple of days. So
Yeah.
that thing is it's going to get rebuilt. It's going to go down. And here's another shameless plug to someone who doesn't get nearly enough recognition in the Keys community. Tyler Drabick down in Somerville at Boss, Oregon. He's actually originally from up here in New Hampshire.
Okay.
And he does incredible work. He's probably, and I mean, I think he knows this. He's one of the foremost Hammond organ techs in the world.
Yeah.
He does Hammond teching for touring guys in touring acts. You'd know.
Yeah.
And he's going to be the one who's going to be taking on the job. I got to deliver the organ to him at the end of the month.
Yeah.
End of January.
Yeah.
Or maybe beginning of. It kind of depends on when his space exactly frees up. But
okay.
One of the most amazing things about this situation that just landed in my lap 5 years ago, being a part of Tree Streets Incorporated, not only just the support from Dave and Caleb, but the fact that we had things like a Hammond B3 with a Leslie rotating cab at our fingertips.
Yeah.
Nowadays, when you hear organ in a song, if you hear organ in a song, it's usually just like a setting.
Oh yeah.
And it's fine. Like that's what we do when we play live.
Yeah.
But on Lost in It All, featuring Faith Ann, the single that's that we're trying to get rolling.
Yeah.
That's a real organ.
Yeah.
On Dear Baby Jean, which is a what didn't start as a song that was going to be prominently organ driven.
Yeah.
It's a real Hammond. It's like what Ray Manzarek used on those Doors records.
No, he used a Vox, but yeah.
Stop correcting me. No, I'm just kidding. That wasn't a B3.
No, he used a Vox Continental, bud.
No kidding. Yeah. Show my ignorance.
And a Fender Rhodes bass, baby.
Well, I knew about the Fender Rhodes, but in any event, it's the fact that we had all these wonderful instruments and what Caleb and Dave have put together. If
you build it, they will come.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
But So we dug into the computer. Computer's fried. Hard drive is okay.
Yep. Well, that's the most important thing,
which
right?
Which means we have all the stems for all the songs.
Good.
And so the title track of the album that was meant to be is Superhero Toys, and it's a song about my son, my sons actually, and they were on the track. So
Okay.
I don't want to give too much away about the song, but at the end of the song, we repeat the chorus, and all the kids are on it. And, and we do some like Pink Floyd style like recordings in the background of kids, like stuff throughout the years. So, but one thing that was really special to me was Junior's my son. He's 20. He's a Marine, so he's not around.
Okay.
And he wanted to take. I have my son Jackson on the track. There's the last verse is about when he's born and how me and Junior now, like, it's our job to make him a man.
Yeah.
And he sang on this track 2 years ago when we started it, and we just kind of never finished it, but we decided to add it to the record.
Yeah.
And it ended up becoming the title track. And so Jackson sang on it again when he was 14. So that's the kind of stuff I was scared to lose. Like having him at 11 singing on the track, and then having him at 14. So both of those voices were there.
Yeah.
Like, I can't get him at 11 again.
Right.
I can have him redo the track tomorrow if we set up. So those are the things that I was thinking about. And honestly, I felt selfish every time I thought about it, because these people lost their homes.
Sure.
Like, I lost some songs, but I got a roof and a bed.
Right.
Which is one of the main reasons why I was like laser focused on making sure people knew that I wasn't taking money from this.
Right.
I want to make sure people know that we are doing everything we can to help the folks that no longer have a roof and a bed. Like, they were getting put up at the old middle school, Elm Street.
Yeah.
That's where they were staying. Like,
okay.
I was staying in my room.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I was cooking breakfast the next day in my kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, so I but now that we are making sure that, and the Salvation Army has been great.
Yep.
I forget the gentleman's name that was the contact. I believe it's Dave something, but he's working closely with the families.
Okay.
To make sure that all our donations are going through. And
good.
Now that and I jokingly said, like, the first week after all this, because anybody who sees me saw you on the news, you know, what's going on with the fire?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll be sad next month about my music, because I thought it was gone.
Yeah.
And now it's my month to be sad about, you know, I could be a little bit selfish. And I get a text from Dave the other night. I was literally out having a couple drinks at a blues bar, and I looked down at the phone, and Dave sent me a message with all my folders.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was in the group chat, man.
I cried. I cried at the bar. I don't even.
Yeah.
It
Wow.
was just like tears filled my eyes, and it's all there.
Oh, that's
it's
wonderful.
all there.
Yeah.
We don't know when we're gonna mix it. I'm gonna put a date on it at some point. But right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna re-release my EP with merchandise and start getting out there and playing it live. So the re-release is, for me personally, this is just my plug, not a benefit. My re-release is on February 9th.
Okay.
We're re-releasing the EP.
Okay.
And then on March 7th at Bad Burger, we're doing a record release party, or an EP release party.
Excellent.
And my full band will be there. And we have two wonderful bands that are going to be on the bill as well, the Tumble Toads.
Okay.
And the Faith Ann Band.
Okay.
Are going to also be there on the 7th of March at Bad Burger, and we are that's going to be a party. It's going to be a ticketed event. There'll be money at the door and merchandise. So if you want a shirt with my ugly mug on it, you can come down and check it out. But we're really, really excited to. I'm excited to be releasing it. I wanted Superhero Toys to be on it. Like the 17th of December was when it was supposed to come out. It's my son's birthday.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like,
Yeah.
every one of my releases has a meaning. Even February 9th, I'm like, I want to release it in February. What's a good February date? Well, February 9th happens to be the 63rd anniversary of when the greatest band of all time appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show and changed rock and roll, you know, and pretty much made me want to do what I want to do, you know, like, through my father and stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So everything has a special date, but I really wanted it to come out on the 17th.
Yep.
It's not gonna.
Yeah.
But buckle up, everybody. 2026, we're ripping it.
And you might even get a single release of one of my originals that made it through.
Nice.
Yeah. That's another good one.
Yeah, there's some music of mine that is as of yet unheard by the world.
Okay.
This
And
fire,
it's absolutely wonderful.
this fire has kind of made me realize that I should probably just publish it.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we look forward to that. Guys, we're almost out of time. I was thinking to close out the segment, we'll play Lost in It All.
I would love that.
Single
Yeah.
with Faith Ann.
Sure.
Got that queued up and ready.
Actually, no, that's it. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
I would love to end the segment by saying thank you to everybody who supported me, from family, friends, other musicians. Our community, our music community in Southern New Hampshire is really special.
Agreed. Yeah.
And you know, you got Gary coming in next, and
Yeah, there he is in the hallway.
That guy's in every single band in the music community.
I always say he's the busiest musician I know.
Yeah,
he
dude,
really
I'm gonna
is.
be playing with Gary soon.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Another week. Yeah.
So I want to
Nice.
say thank you to the bands, to Eleanor and Terminus Underground. I want to say thank you to family and friends who have supported us. Anybody who's donated, and everybody that's keeping this rolling.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well said, guys. Thank you for coming in, and this has been wonderful. And right now, let's hit this track. This is Lost in It All, Jesse Rutstein featuring Faith Ann.
We made plans to see the band because my friend plays drums. It's been a long week and I can't wait to get it all done. Sometimes I gotta let loose, sort of up a gray goose with some jokes in here good too. Have a little fun, baby, get some. There's just something about the music and the way they move. Feeling every note they play makes me forget about my day and get lost in it all. Because we've all been working hard, we'll get lost in it all. Somebody get me a beer, I'm gonna sit right here and get lost in it all. Ain't been out in a long time, and I just might enjoy my night. I ain't seen this girl in a long time, and now she's singing on stage with the guy who played Master